Hello, everyone. We're so happy to be able to share a little bit. It's a very important time for us with Swami Kriyananda's birthday happening. His coming into this world was a blessing to the whole planet. He had such an expansive consciousness, but it isn't just personal, because we need to see his life in a larger context and in a context that shows the real importance of it. So let me give a very broad context, and then I'll come back and talk a little more personally about Swamiji. But our line of masters has reincarnated over and over, especially at those times of changes in the yugas. They were there in Kurukshetra during the time of the Mahabharata and the Gita. They were incarnated at the time of Christ coming into this world, and as a group they were together, and then again that we know of during the time of Master, during our time. There may also have been other times in modern history where our line of masters have incarnated, but they come from time to time to help the planet go through an evolutionary change. In this case, the change from form consciousness of Kali Yuga into the understanding of energy, and specifically to bring about a new understanding of a relationship with God that depends more on interiorization of energy control, of uplifting of consciousness to the higher centers, and all of the various teachings that they have done. But now I want to put it in terms of Swami's life. Even though he isn't one of the line of the gurus, he's long been associated with Master especially. And so when Master comes, Swamiji comes. And in many cases, his role has been to continue the mission that Master starts. So any Master is limited in time to a single lifetime, generally speaking. We'll set aside Babaji now as a whole different kind of a paradigm. But otherwise, a Master comes, they have a single lifetime, they have a single body, and even though they have a huge mission, during that lifetime, using one body, they can only accomplish so much. Well, what they do is that they plant seeds, and Swamiji's role has been to take those seeds and momentum that Master has started and then help fulfill that. And that was very clear during the time of William the Conqueror, and then his son Henry, who was Swami. Master was William the Conqueror, Swamiji was Henry. He had the role of continuing the mission of the change of a government, change of culture in that island of Britain that was then going to spread out to the whole world. One of the things that ties India and America together is that we're both British colonies. We're both cultures that at least had a strong influence from what Master and Swamiji started in Britain. And so that's come. So Swamiji's role is to continue the work of Master. And during this lifetime, he did it in such an enormously creative and expansive way, writing so many books, starting the colonies that were Master's dream, spreading his teachings around the world, bringing his teachings back to India, which was certainly one of Master's dreams. So Swamiji's life is not just his own, but it's a completion of the line of gurus and the mission that they bring. Now, just a little bit personally about Swamiji, and then Devi will also speak. He not only had this outer work to do, but he also became an example of all of us of how to live a spiritual life. The balance of being very active outwardly, but having a deep inner life as well. The balance of, while carrying on a worldwide work, of being very caring about and compassionate to the needs of individuals. He told Devi and me that the role of a spiritual director at Ananda was to look out for the needs of the individuals. That was his primary definition. And so he was both expansive and yet at the same time, one might say, a pinpoint or a point of light and love for all those individually. He led such a beautiful life, and each year to come together on his birthday, meditate on him, meditate on his qualities, but most of all to meditate on the divine that flowed through him to us, and to try to bring those divine qualities into our own life and into the way that we lead our lives. So God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful Swami's birthday.
Hello, everyone. As by the time you watch this, it's pre-recorded, we will have completed the wonderful weekend where we're dedicating Swami's Moksha Mandir. And we have guests coming from all over the world, from Europe, from Singapore, from all over India, all over America, Mexico, on and on. And why are all these people coming? Because a soul that we identify as Swami Kriyananda touched their hearts. He awakened something in them that was of great value, and it drew from them gratitude and appreciation and devotion. And that is why they come to honor the beautiful Moksha Mandir that has been created to house his body. But also they come in the spirit of honoring the life that he lived. One of the guests that came during this period is a man of highly respected in India. He held many high government positions. He is now retired from government service, but he is on the governing board of many charitable organizations, both in India and internationally, that are trying to promote world peace and do benefit for humanity. Our friend, we had tea with him a few days ago, his name is Sri Kartikayanji, and he was a great friend and admirer of Swamiji's. He would, whenever Swami was giving a major public talk, Sri Kartikayanji would, though he has a very busy schedule, would travel to whatever city in India it was taking place, introduce him, and open doors for him, so to speak. So we were talking about Swamiji with Sri Kartikayanji recently, a few days ago, and he said, I have met many spiritual teachers, leaders in India and worldwide. And then he said something so beautiful. He said, but I never met anyone who had such devotion for his guru as Swamiji. And I thought, that's the most beautiful thing you could say about him, because it's absolutely true. Other people can carry on aspects of his work and so forth, but what Swamiji had, in spite of, sometimes one could become more focused on Swamiji's outer achievements, the books and the music and the communities and the lecturing in many languages. But that was really, he told us often, I just came in with those talents, but I want to be remembered, my name remembered, that he was a good disciple. Well, more than a good disciple, he was an example, that the highest example of true discipleship and guru bhav, guru discipleship. And I know for me, the more the time goes by with Swamiji not in the body, the more I feel his joy, his freedom, and his moment by moment devotion to his guru, not mentally only, even though he thought of him all the time, but a heart always flowing with devotion and love and gratitude and yearning for the guru. And this is Swami's gift to us, not only on his birthday, but for a lifetime. And so I was so touched by Sri Kartikeyanji's words, because they brought into focus for me who Swami really was, and how others who knew him not so many years as we did and do, how he looked in their eyes. And so for all of us on this day when we're remembering Swami's life, let's remember first and foremost love of the Guru, self-offering to the Guru. Jyotish and I were not present when Swami left the body, but I can only imagine and feel in my own heart that moment where his soul left the burden of a frail elderly body and soared and united with the Guru that he loved and served and communed with for every moment of this incarnation. Joy to you.